Good evening, Bulldog fans, and welcome to the 2024 high school football season as the Carmi White County Bulldogs are hosting the Flora Wolves to kick things off here in 2024. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with you. Scott Mearing back in the WRUL studio. Landon Elliott and the lovely Whitney Carter with us, those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. The pregame show is delivered by our friends at Taylor Eye Care. Excellence in eye care. Visit TaylorEyeCare.com to learn more or request an appointment. Do want to go ahead and send out a disclaimer. The Wi-Fi in the press box is off, not working, so we are running our YouTube stream off of a phone hotspot. So please bear with us as we're going to have some internet issues tonight, but of course we'll be crystal clear over on 97.3 WRUL. Well, Chris, last time we were here, last November, it was a playoff loss for the Bulldogs against a pretty good Breeze Modern Day squad. It's quite a different team this year for the Bulldogs. They lost 8 seniors, all 8 of which started on both sides of the football, and some big shoes to fill.
Well, exactly, and the biggest issue or biggest concern that you coming into a new season like this, the biggest loss was up front. The Bulldogs lost 4 starters that were seniors to graduation, just returning 1. It's the junior, now senior Eli Bryant at left tackle. He's the only one besides Dakota Southern who got some experience, trial by fire due to injury. So up front, Carmi, other than those 2, is going to be brand new. The backfield, again, you know, that's something you look on the past few seasons, what Carmi has had in the backfield. Obviously, all-state performer Isaac King. You know, Drax Odd, his running mate. Last year, Caleb Siebers, by all accounts, was on his way to an all-conference season, had that unfortunate injury, but Noah Pollard stepped in.
Yep.
Now, quite frankly, Noah Pollard is that guy. You know, he's had a couple great mentors to look from King and Siebers, and he's that guy. He's going to be the back, you know, their workhorse, their bell cow, the terminology you use. But the big thing, again, is just there is a lot of change up front for this team, and a lot of guys are going to have to fill positions they've never played before, and experience will be a factor. Lack of depth, we've talked about the Bulldogs are not going to be a deep team this year. You know, you got a lot of freshmen. You got a big freshman class, I believe, 6 seniors?
26 freshmen.
26 freshmen.
6 seniors, yep.
Like 8 juniors, 7 sophomores, around those numbers. So some freshmen are going to see some playing time. We got a couple starting tonight. So it's going to be interesting. You know, and much like last year, the thing that cannot happen to this team when you have a lack of depth, injuries are obviously a key. You got to pray everyone stays healthy, play full speed, you know, and you just got to make sure that the guys that you have out there, because you don't have a lot of guys to sub.
Yep.
So you got to play 100% all the time, do your job, and stick to your game plan. And that's
things up. Carmi has now shifted to the double wing, foot-to-foot offense that we've seen for years from Fairfield and Johnson City. Both programs may have had some really good teams with those kinds of offenses, and it's worked in the Black Diamond for those teams. And Kurt Simon says, why not? Let's give it a shot. We've got some speed that can do some things with the ball.
Absolutely. You know, and that's the thing I've said over the years about Kurt Simon. He always adjusts to his personnel. He doesn't try to make something fit that's not going to work. You know, he's not going to come out here and say, well, we're going to spread out this year. If you don't have the personnel to do it, it doesn't make sense. So change the offense around, foot to foot. So with that, Cole, like you said, it's kind of similar, you know, like you said, Fairfield, what we've seen, lineman foot-to-foot splits. Backs are very difficult to find, and it's just basically a concept of constant double-team blocks.
Yep.
Okay, it keeps defensive linemen from being able to penetrate gaps so easily when you have foot-to-foot splits. So the opposing defensive line is facing constant double teams. So it puts a lot of pressure on a defense that way. It's hard for linebackers to read, but most importantly, if you can just slowly grind yards out of that thing, when you're a team that doesn't have a lot of depth, you keep the ball. You control the ball. You wear the defense down and make them stick to your game plan. So I think it's a good change of pace, especially for a young team up front like we're going to be tonight. You know, 3 starters on the offensive line making their first appearances in varsity football. 2 tight ends, 1 is a freshman starting tonight. Yep. So, you know, like I say, I think it's a wise move to switch that up this year. And it's, you know, like we said about football, it's next man up. So the backfield, though, you know, with Noah Pollard, Cade Allen, Cade Stockton, Cale Wiggins, Jazz Duckworth is coming up. He's a sophomore. He's a young man to watch this year.
Yep.
He may be that next guy coming up through the ranks who's got some speed and got some talent. But you got some experience there. You got some good skilled good skilled kids. Like I said, Noah Pollard, I look for him to be an All-Black Diamond Conference football player without question. Almost rushed for 1,000 yards last year, and that was when he was not even the primary ball carrier halfway through the season until about week 5 when Sievers went down with the injury. But, another position being filled, Madden Anderson. The junior comes in as the quarterback this year. He's not going to be asked to throw the ball a lot. You use that word facilitator, okay? The quarterback is a facilitator. Well, yes, but it's a very important role. It's not just, I'm just saying that you got to know defensive alignments. You got to make sure everybody's set. You got to know the play. Most importantly, you got to get the snap. It's an important job. And he's a great kid, smart kid, good athlete. So if he's called upon to put the ball in the air, I have confidence he can do that. So really for me, Cole, the biggest questions with this team offensively is the line. They've just had the luxury the past 3 seasons of having experienced linemen. You go back to the 21 season, I believe probably all the starters had multiple years of experience on the line.
Yep.
So that's just the one luxury we don't have this year. Outside of Bryant and Southard, Michael Miller at left guard, Nolan Ott at center, Easton Sullivan right guard, they're playing their first varsity football tonight. So that's the thing for this offense. I think just getting some confidence, just stay basic. Don't try to get out of your zone, so to speak. But, the big thing for me is how this offensive line performs tonight, because there is some experienced skill kids behind them. But how we play up front is going to determine everything.
We're about 15 minutes away from the opening kick. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break and come back and get you ready for that opening kick between Carmi-White County and Flora. This is the Taylor Eye Care pregame show on 97.3 WRUL.
Welcome to Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Excellence in eye care.
From thorough examinations utilizing advanced equipment and technology to premier optical products. Here at Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient like family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Simply put, we are excellence in eye care.
If you're looking to brighten and enhance your vision, don't hesitate to contact us today. 382-4683.
Hi, Bulldog fans. This is Kyle Hosick, your local country financial representative serving all of White County with offices in Carmi and now infield. My business's core values focus on educating our current and future clients on current market trends while operating with the utmost integrity and providing a level of service excellence you won't find anywhere else. I want to wish all the athletes and coaches a safe and winning season. Come see me, Kyle Hosick, at one of our office locations and see why my team is different. Come experience more. Come experience excellence.
Welcome back to Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex. Do want to remind fans trying to watch at home, we do apologize. The Wi-Fi here in the press box is not working. It's a yearly tradition that we always have technical problems week 1, so it's part of it. But we're working through it, so we apologize if the feed tonight isn't crystal clear and does lag. We do apologize for that, so please bear with us. But this is the Taylor Eye Care pregame show. Cole Carter alongside Chris Myers. We're about 12 and a half minutes away from the opening kick between Carmi-White County and Flora. And Chris, just kind of talking about the difference between the Bulldogs last year and the Bulldogs this year, and something different they're doing this year, different they're doing tonight than they never have before defensively. We're going to see a 3-3 tonight from the Bulldogs. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers with, 5 defensive backs against a Flora team that likes to spread things out.
Yeah, and I think that's That's a good call from Coach Simon. Going to that, I know it's going to be new for the players, but what that's designed to do is just basically a spread team. The Wolves are going to be out of the shotgun. They're going to spread the ball out tonight. So a 3-3-5 defense, basically you think in the NFL you hear the nickel package. That's kind of what this is. So it basically protects against the deep ball, the deep threat. Put more defensive backs in the game, make it a little harder for the quarterback to pick you apart. You don't have as many defensive backs having to be on one-on-one situations, basically having an extra DB in coverage, so that helps you in, as far as pass coverage goes. The difference is you still have three guys up front, so generating a pass rush with 3 down linemen is a little more difficult because of the numbers game. So to offset that, you might see the Bulldogs bring some blitzes in those situations, but really that defense is just designed, tailor-made for a spread offense, just to kind of negate the deep ball, negate getting picked apart.
Great to see the Bulldog marching band. The Marching Bulldogs, led by Grace Sinclair in her 3rd year as the band director in Carmi-White County. Those of you that were at the Fall Sports Preview last Thursday in the gym, they sounded amazing. Can't wait to hear them perform this year at all the football games, all the basketball games. Because hearing that band sound, that's just much part of the football season as anything else, and these kids do a great job.
I'm telling you, it's one of the best parts about football, hearing that marching band, to get the drums going, especially high school, college. You got to love it.
So I don't know if they're doing the national anthem right now. We'll stand by, and if they start that, we'll step aside. Yes, they are going to do the national anthem. So we will step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we will have the opening kickoff between Carmi-White County and Flora here on 97.3 WRUL. Back in 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Denton Weiss, partner and GM with Jansen Auto Group, inviting you to come see us. From new and used and a full team of service techs, we've got a great selection and a team of local folks committed to taking care of you like family. So come kick a few tires with us at the dealership just west of town and find us online at gojansen.com. Here at Jansen, we're proud to be part of the community and anxious to put you behind the wheel of your new vehicle.
Find your home for orthopedic and sports medicine at Wabash General Hospital. The orthopedics and sports medicine team is ready to assist you with your specific needs, providing convenient, high-quality services in Albion, Carmi, Flora, Lawrenceville, and Mount Carmel. For more information, please call 618-263-6400. Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love.
All right, welcome back to Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex, getting set for the opening kickoff between Carmi-White County and Flora here in Week 1 of the 2024 high school football season. Cole Carter, Chris Myers with you, Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio. Landon Elliott and the lovely Whitney Carter with us, for those of you watching or attempting to watch on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Again, we apologize. The Wi-Fi here in the football press box is not working this evening, so we're having some issues with the stream, so we ask that you bear with us, and we apologize for those issues. But internet regardless, there's football to be played tonight, Chris, and I'm excited for this game. And, really for the Bulldogs, I think let's get to the keys of the game first. The keys of the game are brought to you by Jansen Auto. If you're looking for a new set of keys, turn to the good folks out at Jansen. Visit jansencdjr.com or stop in Outer West Main in Carmi. Chris, keys to the game tonight, I think, for the Bulldogs, stopping this passing attack from the Wolves.
Absolutely. That was my thought, Cole. And you just talked about it a few minutes ago. They're switching to a new defensive format tonight, going to the 3-3-5 look. So to me, I think it's important for the Bulldogs to get comfortable in this new look. to get a 3 and out. Even if they get a 3 and out, that's a huge confidence builder.
Yep.
But if you can stop the Wolves in their first drive, I think defensively, Carmi setting the tone is going to be huge. Offensively, I think it's more of what you've seen the past couple years. You know, I think the team is just going to be up front. It's going to be how this line settles in. You know, a new type of offense, but again, the benefit of this offense is when you're inexperienced, you got someone literally foot to foot with you. So it's constant double teams for the offensive line up front. That's going to help. It eliminates the gap penetration from defensive linemen. It's just basically just like a big wall coming at the defense every time. So I think up front is going to be the key offensively. But again, the Bulldogs' backfield, I think, is still very, very talented. Noah Pollard bulked up to 185 pounds. I said it earlier, I look for him to be an all-conference player, no question. I think he's without question one of the most talented backs in the area. So I think he's gonna do great things this season. You know, but he's got some talent around him. Cade Allen is a speedster. Cade Stockton's another young man that I think is going to really step up both sides of the ball for this Bulldog football team. As a fullback, he's a tough kid. He'll block. At the linebacker position, he's going to come up and hit. I think he's going to do big things. Cale Wiggins, another kid with experience. You know, he's been there, another speedster. And again, Jazz Duckworth coming in, his first year on varsity. He's a sophomore. This kid has speed. You know, he's going to be right amongst, you know, the quickest backs we've ever had, and he's strong. So that's the good news for the Bulldogs. Despite the inexperience up front, outside of Bryant and Southard, you know, you have a very talented backfield. So, again, to me, defensively, let's get a 3 and out. Let's get them off the field. Let's at least keep them from scoring their first drive. And offensively, how well we perform up front, that's going to be the keys to the game.
I think offensively for the Bulldogs, it's first and second down. You know, you really, when you have an offense that is limited in the passing game, especially here in the first couple of weeks when things just aren't going to be as smooth as they might be in October. But first and second down, you can't put yourself in a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 12 because you simply don't have that many plays. And that's
it's been the Bulldogs' MO the bulk of these past 2-3 seasons. They've been able to stay ahead of the chains. They didn't put themselves in many of those situations. So, exactly. We are not going to be a strong 3rd and 15 team. We're not going to be able to say, okay, let's go 4 wide, let's spread the ball out, let's gain some yards that way. We are going to constantly have to be ahead of the chains. You know, a 3rd and 3 is, you know, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3. That's where we want to stay if at all possible. Can't always be done, and there are going to be times where, yes, we're going to be forced to put the ball in the air, and it's not going to be just a typical drop back. It's going to be play action, some misdirection, getting some backs out of the backfield. But you're exactly right, Cole. When you're a run-heavy team, you've got to stay ahead of the chains.
Bulldogs getting set to run onto the field from the southwest tunnel. And here come your 2024 Carmel White County Bulldogs. Cade Stockton and Stone McGee lead the way out of the tunnel. And with that, we will meet the Hucks Market starting lineup. Starting lineup's brought to you by Hucks Market. Download the Hucks Bucks Big Rewards app now for great deals on a great lineup. Save on gas, snacks, and more with the Hucks Bucks Big Rewards app. Starting offense for the Carmel White County Bulldogs at left tackle, Eli Bryant, 6'1 senior, missed the final 4 games of last season. He's back and healthy, ready to go for his senior year. Somebody making their varsity debut tonight, Michael Miller, a 5'11 junior at the left guard position, wearing number 52. Center tonight is Nolan Odd. He is a 5'8 junior wearing number 64. Right guard, Easton Sullivan, played fullback last year. He has now moved to right guard, 5'11", 195-pound junior. And the right tackle, Dakota Southard, a 6'2 junior wearing number 70. Left to right in the O-line, that's Bryant, Miller, Odd, Sullivan, and Southard for Carmel White County. Starting quarterback, Madden Anderson, the 5'10 junior. He has started for the JV squad the last couple of years at the quarterback position. He's got the experience. We'll see how he can manage the squad tonight. Running backs for the Bulldogs, Cade Allen, a 5'8 senior. He led the team in receiving last year, also had 3 receiving touchdowns. Noah Pollard, a first-team All-BDC member with 147 carries, 993 rushing yards last year with 12 scores. That's Noah Pollard. Cade Stockton will be in at fullback, a 6'1", 195 senior. A couple of running backs that will rotate in and out. Chaz Duckworth, a 5'8 sophomore, and Cale Wiggins, a 5'7 senior. Your two tight ends, Javen Hagan, a 6-foot sophomore, and Kyson Edwards, a 5'10 freshman. Coach Chris, to my knowledge, Kyson is the first freshman to start a varsity game in week 1 since Luke Simon back in 2018. I got to take a lot of pressure on that freshman, Kyson Edwards.
And coming in and playing the tight end position, it's a big responsibility in this offense because the tight ends, you're going to be asked to block all the time. You are going to get out there on an occasional pass route, but your main responsibility is to take on a big defensive end, sometimes double down on a big defensive tackle. A year ago, this kid was playing junior pro football. Now here he is, week 1, playing varsity football. Not freshman, not JV. Sound like, what's his name, Allen Iverson. We're not talking about freshmen. Not talking about JV. We're talking about varsity.
And that's a big jump, Chris. From coaching junior pro for a long time. And let's remind folks, this freshman class had an outstanding junior pro season last year, but I don't care if you score 80 points a game. It's a lot different when you're playing against juniors and seniors that have been playing at the varsity level for a couple of years.
It is an absolute world of difference when you move up to the next level of anything. And I can assure you, he's in there for a reason. He's there because he can do the job. But it's going to be critical that, for being as young as he is, he not get kind of awestruck by his surroundings. And he's just going to have to step up and be a grown man pretty quick.
And again, those starting lineups brought to you by Huck's Market. Download the Huck's Bucks Big Rewards app now for great deals on gas, snacks, and more. So we are about set and ready to rock and roll for kickoff. I didn't see the opening toss or the coin toss to see who won and who will get the ball first, but we'll find out here in a few minutes.
But I was going to mention, Cole, these programs looking at Carmi and Flora are in pretty similar positions. Flora, in fact, at the Junior Pro Championship last year,
beat Carmi,
defeated this group of freshmen. Carmi with this real strong freshman class. Flora, the same thing. Has a strong freshman class and a strong sophomore class. Like Carmi, I don't know how their upper class numbers are per se, but they're heavy on freshmen and sophomores right now. So it's kind of very interesting that we're two programs in similar positions. Flora looking to rebuild from being a playoff team a couple years ago. The Bulldogs kind of headed into a little unknown territory with graduating a lot of players. So that's going to be the interesting thing. These are two teams that are just kind of trying to reestablish their identities this year.
Mentioned the Bulldogs running a 3-3 defense tonight. That front line, Javen Hagan, Eli Bryant, Easton Sullivan on the front line. Those three linebackers, Noah Pollard, Stone McGee making his first varsity start. Did not play last year, back with the team this year and starting in his senior season. Cade Stockton, that third linebacker. The defensive backfield, Kel Wiggins, Cade Allen, Dakota Brown, another freshman making a varsity start here in week 1.
Yeah.
Matt Anderson, Jazz Duck with the other defensive backs. And Chris, it just kind of goes to show Carmi in a really odd spot this year, having 26 freshmen and only 21 guys, sophomore through senior. You're going to be forced to throw some of those freshmen into the fire.
Yeah, it's just going to have to happen when your numbers are that low. Unfortunately, you're going to have to call some of those kids up. You understand when it's sophomores, but it's one of those kind of is what it is situations. But I know these two young men that are getting a start tonight. We're going to go out there and give everything they have. Again, once they get the feel for the game, they're going to have some jitters, playing varsity football from 8th grade football in less than a year. But I think once they get settled in, get some confidence, make some plays, I think they'll settle in nicely. So it looks like the Bulldogs are receiving.
Yep. Noah Pollard, Cade Allen deep. We saw Noah Pollard have a couple of nice returns last season as a junior.
I'm going to guess they're not going to kick to Pollard if they can help it.
This will be number 43, Cormac Massey doing the kicking for the Wolves. And the 2024 high school football season underway, and it's Noah Pollard from the 15-yard line, running right up the gut. Pollard across the 35, across the 40, and tripped up at the 43-yard line. And the Bulldogs have great starting field position. Something else, Chris, that Coach Kurt Simon was really emphatic on is the Bulldogs have to start drives in great field position as they are tonight.
And that's a perfect way to do it. Get it. They kicked it deep, and as usual, I'm wrong. They kicked it to Pollard. Looks like the kicker got him, actually, number 43, Cormac Massey. Had he not been there, Pollard may have taken that one. So, yeah, starting at midfield. Let's see what the Bulldogs do in this new-look offense.
So first down and 10 for Carmi-White County at their own 43-yard line. Madden Anderson, the 5'10", junior under center, making his first varsity start. Anderson takes the snap, toss right side to Pollard, looking for some running room. and he is going to be wrapped up initially. Number 77, the first Wolf there. That was Jaden Lieb, who wrapped him up for a loss.
Right there, Lieb just did a great job getting penetration. The one thing you cannot have happen when you're a foot-to-foot team, you've got to get movement at the point of attack. Lieb slipped, a massive double team got back there and dropped Pollard for a loss. And that's, you've noticed in this offense when Anderson does those little inside tosses, the quarterback actually becomes a blocker as well.
Noah was actually able to get about a yard on that play, so 2nd down and 9. Here's a toss near side to Cale Wiggins. He tries to turn upfield, and once again, Flora, that was Lieb again, able to make the tackle. Flora brought a nice crowd tonight. Their sideline making some noise, and it's 3rd down and about 8. Call it 7 coming up here for the Bulldogs.
So Jaden Lieb is listed at 6'5", 185 pounds. Looks bigger than that, but he's got a good frame on him, and he's quick. His quickness there. He came around from the backside, penetrated from the backside, looped around, and made the tackle from behind. So it's apparent right now who they're up front defensively. The Bulldogs are going to have to figure that out.
3rd down and 6 for the Bulldogs from the 48. Toss it near side to Cade Allen. A big block from Pollard. Can Allen get there? From our view, he was about a yard short.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that was a tremendous block from Noah Pollard. I mean, he just flat out leveled that defensive end and created that room. You don't think blocking's important as a running back?
In this offense, it is.
It's everything. And that's an example right there for all running backs. Noah Pollard, like we talked about, is going to be one of the best ball carriers in the conference. But when he doesn't have the ball, he's willing to block like that.
They're going to mark the football just shy of the 47, so it's 4th down and 1 for Carmi. We've played nearly 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Anderson, fullback give. This is Cade Stockton, he's got plenty enough for a Carmi-White County first down. That's a First Bank first down, just like the Bulldogs. First Bank is making great things happen. Bulldogs move the chains.
Beautiful play call. Cade Stockton, your senior. His first year seeing action in the backfield. But that's what a fullback's supposed to do. You need a yard, he gets you 3. That's great job by the offensive line. Again, that foot-to-foot wedge, Stockton getting what we needed. And you couldn't start any better if you're Carmi. This is what you want. Just control the clock. Don't ask your offense to do any more than what it normally does. A little different look here now. Allen out wide.
Do send Cade Allen out wide, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Anderson fakes the handoff, now toss right side to Pollard. Pollard turns upfield. Pollard hit initially at about the 40 and wrestled down at about the Flora 38-yard line. And Chris, what I love about this offense, and we saw it for years with Fairfield and Johnson City, you're not trying to get 30 yards every single play. You get 5, 4, 6 here and there and just matriculate the ball down the field.
And that's the beauty of it. Is it like watching these big spread offenses on TV? No, but it's getting the results that you want. And what I like there, that little wrinkle they threw in, by widening Allen out there to the wide side, that forced the corner to go with him, that creates some room. Now you can get Pollard on the perimeter, and that was a nice game.
Play clock down to 7. Anderson under center. Takes the snap, tosses it to Pollard, running on the right side. Noah's got the first down, and he's taken down just shy of the 30-yard line, up to about the 32. That's going to be another First Bank first down for the Bulldogs.
That little inside toss, like you say, if you're watching at home, you'll notice as soon as in this offense, what's unique about it, as soon as the quarterback tosses it, especially what we call an inside toss, not getting wide, he becomes a lead blocker. And that time, Anderson actually made a seal block that got Pollard that extra room. So, not instead of 2 lead backs, now you have a third one when your quarterback's a blocker.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 32-yard line. 8:25 to go here in the first quarter on Carmi's first drive. Anderson under center. They fake the toss. Go inside to Pollard. Big run for Pollard up to about the 25. Able to pick up about 7 yards there on first down.
Well, that was kind of an inside variation of a counter or like a old power G play. You notice the backside guard and tackle both pulled up into the hole. Madden, with a little fake, a little misdirection. Beautifully executed. When you can get movement on the front side and you got 2 big linemen, you got Eli Bryant coming around there at 325 pounds, you get him up in the hole, he's going to level the first guy he meets. So I really like that play call.
They send Allen out wide again here on the near side. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 25, 7:40 left to go here in the first. Bulldogs on their first drive. They fake the toss, or they give the toss here to Cale Wiggins on the near side. Wiggins inside the 20-yard line, jukes inside the 10. There is a penalty flag, though, back at the 25-yard line, and this is going to come back.
Yeah, definitely in that holding area, and that is what they're going to call. It was the same play call we did about 3 plays ago with Pollard. This time it was Wiggins getting the call on it, but when you see that laundry, unfortunately, that means it's coming back.
Couldn't tell which Bulldog held on the play, and so with it being second and short, you back this football up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It will be about second and 12 or 13 when they snap this football.
And I think, they may just have to possibly utilize that wide side of the field, maybe come back to that play going the other way. If there are some coaches with the philosophy, if a play works once, they'll run it again, and so let's see what the Bulldogs come back to here. Allen's not wide, so we're going to hit this inside.
Bulldogs back to the double wing. Anderson, fullback, give to Stockton. He tries to bounce it. He's able to do so. Stockton cuts back inside and is brought down at about the 24. Nice little play on second and 13, able to give yourself a third and short.
Well, the fullback's showing some nice moves there. That was just a basic fullback dive, just looking to get some positive yardage. He made a nice juke step, cut to the outside. Great run by Cade Stockton. Got a lot of that yardage back, so we're where we want to be.
Yep.
Like we said in pregame, 3rd and 3. That's very manageable for this team. But
Six.
Sorry, Cole. Oh, I was just going to say, most importantly, you see the time on the clock. The Bulldogs have had this ball a long time.
Yeah.
Early in the season, when it's hot, that's going to wear down a defense.
We approach the 6.5-minute mark in this first quarter. Still the first drive here for the Bulldogs. And on 3rd down and 4, they give it off to Pollard again on that counter. And Noah Pollard takes it inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be enough for another first bank first down.
Again, the misdirection in that. You see the stutter step. You get the backside lineman pulling across, get your down blocks up front. It's a great misdirection. And why that play is so effective out of that formation, it's hard for the linebackers to read. You can't see a lot of what goes on in the backfield with those linemen foot to foot. So when you can hit that counter consistently, it's a tremendous play out of that formation.
6 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Carmi at the 19. Another fullback give here to Stockton. He breaks away from the first tackler. Able to chunk for about five yards there to the 14. Gain of 5 there for Stockton.
Another great carry. I tell you what we didn't notice about Stockton, I was just looking at his weight. He's almost 200 pounds. I mean, he was probably maybe 165 pounds a couple years ago. So he is really bulked up. And you can tell he's dragging tacklers with him every time he gets it. He's fitting the role perfectly. But like we said, Cole, that was going to be the strength of this team, and it is. Pollard, Stockton, Allen, Wiggins, they have experience. They're quick, they're athletic, and they're doing their job so far. Line doing a good job too.
5:20 left to play here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 5. Tosses it near side to Cale Wiggins, and Wiggins wrapped up as that defensive end able to get around Eli Bryant.
Yeah.
That was number 82, Delaney Bullard, who shot through and made the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Eli was just trying to get the seal block. He didn't quite take a wide enough step to get that seal. Bullard just good hand technique, got around him. But you got to get that edge when you're running that toss play. They'll come back to it.
4:50 left to play here in the first quarter. Carmi still on their first drive. Talk about time of possession here. Back in the double wing here on 3rd down and 6. They toss it to Pollard, looking upfield. Noah hurdles the defender, takes it all the way down to the 5. He's going to have enough for another first bank first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Again, that beautiful inside toss. By inside toss, we mean the quarterback is tossing it to the back, but the back is staying inside the tackles. And you can see the convoy that he has with him, a pulling guard, a fullback, another tailback, and a quarterback. You got 3 or 4 guys coming up through that hole. It's tough to defend.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Anderson under center. They toss to Pollard. He looks inside. Pollard down to the goal line. Touchdown, Carmi White County.
Yes. Again, same play as the play before. The left guard, Michael Miller, coming around there. The 225-pound junior clearing a path. Great job by Stockton filling. And Noah Pollard, his first touchdown of the season, I think it's going to be first of many for this young man.
That's an Expressway Ford Mercury touchdown for every 6 the Bulldogs put on the board this year. Expressway is donating $6 to Carmi-White County Schools. Score your next great deal on a new ride at Expressway Ford Mercury in Mount Vernon. Bulldogs going for 2. They toss it to Pollard. He tries to go to the outside. He's in there easily. Bulldogs with an 8-minute drive to strike on the first possession of the season. 4:04 left to play in the first. Bulldogs lead 8-0. Back in 30 seconds.
Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. From cabinets and flooring, doors and paint, lumber and hardware to shingles and siding. Knowledgeable and friendly staff that have your back on all those home projects and even deliver to your door. So before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber for the woods.
And Carmi able to strike first on their first drive, exactly what they were looking for.
You couldn't have drawn it up any better. And again, 8 minutes off the clock. That's when this type of offense is executed the way it's supposed to be, that's what it does. And I promise you, a lot of these kids from Flora, just like the Bulldogs, are having to go both ways tonight. So that will wear down a defense when you just get an 8-minute drive put on you and they're just grinding. Now, what's going to be interesting is when the Wolves get the ball, they're going to be the polar opposite. You're going to see spread. They're going to be more of a quick strike football team. So if they can answer quickly, that definitely changes momentum. So let's see what the Bulldogs do in this new 3-3-5 look, and let's see what Flora's got offensively.
So Noah Pollard won the kicker auditions on the first day of practice a couple weeks ago. So he's going to do the kicking to start, or for this first kickoff of the season. And a line drive kick from Pollard that will take a bounce at the 20-yard line and picked up by the Wolves. This is number 5 with it running up the middle, and he nearly broke that one for a long return before he was wrestled down by number 66 for the Bulldogs. That was Josiah Perez on the tackle. Jarrett Burkett on the return for Flora.
Normally when you got a kicker with a lot of speed, you have him stay back, but Pollard actually went down charging looking for somebody, so decent field position for the Wolves.
So you're right, Chris. I don't think we're going to see Flora matriculate this ball down the field for an 8-minute drive. As you see, man, like we're at a college game.
Yeah.
They got the posters over on the sideline with the play calls. I bet they don't huddle. I didn't even think about that factor of it. That's really going to be a tough challenge for Carmi.
Again, it's going to be thunder versus lightning. Let's see how this goes.
So 1st and 10 for Flora at the 39-yard line. Parker Helm in the shotgun. He's their quarterback, and he hands it off on the first play. That's number 43 who gets it, Cormac Massey, up across the 40-yard line. Helm was second in the BDC in passing last year behind just Jalen Mainers of Fairfield. And I know Flora struggled last year, only winning 3 games, but when you're a sophomore in a struggling season now as a junior, you got to think Parker Helm's got some confidence and some experience.
Oh, yeah. 1 year under your belt as a sophomore, you come back as a junior with that kind of experience, same type of offense. It's going to be a different player this year.
Helm in the shotgun on 2nd down and 7. He'll take the snap. He'll go back to pass. He looks. Pressure off his backside. Lofts one here on the near sideline. Got a man there. Knocked away by Cale Wiggins. Tell you what, that was a heck of a throw there by Helm. Wiggins able to get a fingertip in there and knock it away.
Beautiful job by Wiggins breaking that thing up, because if Wiggins wasn't there, that was a completion. Credit that Wolf offensive line. Flora, I mean, he had all day to throw. There was not anyone within sight of him. So that's the thing about a 3-man front. You are giving up the aspect of that up front pressure that a 5-man front or even a 4-down front brings you. So, but as you saw there, that's the benefit of having the extra defensive back. You protect against the long ball, and that's what the Bulldogs are concerned about tonight.
3rd and 7, ball at the 42-yard line. Helm under center. Bulldogs show blitz. They're going to bring it. Helm back to pass on a play-action play. Rolling out to his right. Aiken can't get him. Helm takes off, and he's going to have a first down as he was hit hard at the 48 of Carmi. Jazz Duckworth as well as Cale Wiggins in there on the tackle, but Flora gets the first.
It looked like the Bulldogs were actually going to shift to their old 50 look. They're bringing a couple guys up front. I don't know if that was more of a blitz or they're going to go ahead and go out of a 50. But, again, that young man has some talent. Quarterback, if he gets out on the perimeter, he's shown he can run. So, again, another concern, another variation of this Wolf offense, just the polar opposite of the Bulldogs.
Helm in the shotgun, a running back to eat. 2:45 to play here in the first. Helm takes a snap, hands it off to Massey, left side, and he's brought down. That's Javen Hagan, the defensive end there for the tackle. No gain. Right about a yard. 1 yard pickup.
He's had a couple nice tackles already tonight, Hagan, making his varsity debut. And that's a young man who's really going to have to step up. You know, you got your veteran in Bryant. Bryant's role at 325 pounds, he's going to eat up a lot of double teams. He's going to be the creator for these other guys, but they're going to have to really step up this year.
2nd down and 9 here for the Wolves. Helm in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, quarterback run left side, and Kate Stockton able to read it and shoot through for the tackle.
Beautiful.
No gain there for Helm, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's
Helm lost his helmet, too.
He has to come out.
He's going to have to come out for a play.
Yes, he is. That was kind of a zone read type play. You know, either give it to the back or keep it yourself. And the Bulldogs were there. You noticed they walked Wiggins up to the edge there, but Stockton, just a beautiful job of reading that, staying at home, didn't bite on the initial fake, and he was there to make the tackle. If your linebackers bite on that initial fake on that zone read, and the quarterback keeps it going the back way, you're in trouble. But great read by Stockton.
So 3rd down and 10 here for the Wolves, and they're going to have to bring in a new quarterback. Number 3, Thane Warren is in, so we'll see what they can do with their backup. Warren under center, and we're going to get a delay of game as the play clock reads 0.
Yeah. I thought they might try to get a timeout, and they did not. And looking by their formation, because of having to change quarterbacks, they're just in a basic eye. It looks like they were just going to do a basic power play. And that really takes the Wolves out of their comfort zone, having to get in that formation.
So Helm's helmet came off on the run on the previous play, so he's forced to come out, which is the reason why Warren is in the ballgame on this 3rd down and now 15 for the Wolves, back at their own 46-yard line. So they get the play call from the side. Warren now going to go in the shotgun, no under center, now back in the shotgun, couldn't make up his mind. 3rd and long, he's back to pass, blitz off the far side, ball up in the air and caught by Huddleston, and he's going to be near the 1st down.
Wow.
He had to get that pass out in a hurry, and good job by Huddleston adjusting in midair. That's enough for a Flora 1st down. That's a backbreaker for Carmine.
Huge backbreaker. They had pressure on him. Wiggins coming off the edge, got a lot of heat on him. Actually, I had that incorrect. Someone else coming off the edge. Wiggins was out here, but he just got turned around. The one mistake you can't make as a defensive back, you can't turn around looking for a ball. You got to stay with the receiver. And a beautiful throw. An absolutely beautiful throw, and credit the Wolves for digging themselves out of a huge hole there.
Final 35 seconds here in the 1st quarter. Helm in the shotgun. They shift, and Massey gets the handoff to the left side, and he's going to be brought down by Cale Wiggins after a gain of about 5.
If you're Kurt Simon, you're just absolutely just kicking the dirt right now, because that was a 3rd and 15. You get them in a punting situation.
With a backup quarterback in the game.
Yes. You know, you're thinking, oh, this is beautiful, and then all of a sudden, it's just opportunities like that you can't allow a team to have, because if they force them to punt there, the Bulldogs are taking this ball going in the 2nd quarter.
So that will be the end of the 1st quarter. Flora will have the ball 2nd down. When we come back, we'll step aside for a 1-minute break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Welcome to Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Excellence in eye care.
From thorough examinations utilizing advanced equipment and technology to premier optical products. Here at Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient like family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Simply put, we are excellence in eye care.
If you're looking to brighten and enhance your vision, don't hesitate to contact us today. 382-4683.
It's coming. For you, corn to be wild? Since 1923, the Carmichael Kiwanis Club has been making a difference in this community, and Corn Day will celebrate its 95th year of existence this October 11th and 12th with fun, food, and more. Stay tuned for full details. From state fair quality carnival rides to cornhole, the chili cook-off, and parades for kids, pets, everyone else, and extraordinary headline entertainment. The Carmichael Kiwanis Club. We build.
As Flora will start the second quarter with the ball, and again want to apologize to those of you watching at home. We're having some internet problems. Please bear with us as we try to work those out as we go throughout the evening. But those of you just joining us, it's 8-0 Carmi as Flora has it on a second down to start the second quarter. It's a screen pass here to the wide receiver, Garrett Patridge, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 25, but there is some laundry on the field.
I think they might get a hold or a block in the back possibly. It is a hold. You got that on the slot receiver. Big break for the Bulldogs there because that was a big gainer.
Yep, it will be a hold against the Wolves. Cale Wiggins was able to knock Patridge out of bounds, but flag was thrown right around the end of the play, so pretty much just back it up to where the play started.
Yeah.
And they'll put the football at the 34, so that's where it was snapped. So yeah. So no gain pretty much there on the penalty.
It was a good play call. Again, with the linebackers back in coverage, you got some space there in the flats. That quick screen, but fortunately for the Bulldogs, came back a little because of the hold.
We've played 15 seconds here in the second quarter. 8-0 Carmi. Helm in the shotgun. High snap, pressure up the middle. They go to the far side, and that's caught by the running back, Massey, and he has stood up. Cale Wiggins, the cornerback, coming up to make the tackle. Wiggins was a BDC honorable mention last year as a junior for plays like that. Smallest guy on the field, but he's not scared to come up and make a tackle.
Well, I think he's going to be BDC something again this year. He's going to make an all-conference something. A great play. Bulldogs brought pressure that time. You know, good job by the quarterback releasing that as quick as he did. But credit Cale Wiggins for making that tackle on the big fullback.
3rd and 6. Helm in the shotgun. Back to pass again. Pollard brings pressure. Helm steps up now, rolls out to his left. Got a man wide open, and this is going to be a Flora touchdown. That was number 24, Quentin Black. Snuck away as Carmi brought the pressure, and Flora able to answer with a touchdown.
Well, that was just one of those plays that's a conundrum for a defensive back. You see the quarterback scrambling. He's got a lot of room to run. You got to either commit to stopping him or let a receiver go, and a receiver just got there in the open area in the flats, dumped it over. On the weak side of the defense, that's the danger. If the quarterback gets outside, there's no one there to cover. And that was an easy 6 points for the Wolves.
Flora will go for 2 to attempt to tie the game with 10:57 to go here in the first quarter. Helm.
That's a
false start, yep. Everybody but the center pretty much.
Yeah.
So now they'll run this 2-point conversion. What do they do there on a false start? They push it back to the 8?
I believe so.
Okay, so it's actual 5 yards.
Yep. Yeah, they will back them up.
That makes this 2-point conversion a little more difficult.
It does, and of course, if you're a spread team, in some instances it actually benefits you because you got a little more room to work. But either way, if you're the defense, you'll take the extra 5 yards.
So Flora going for 2 from the 8-yard line. 8-6, 10:57 to go on the second. Helm moves Black in motion, takes the snap, back to pass, rolls out to his right. Stone McGee chasing him, lobs it to the end zone. It is incomplete.
Just by
out of bounds.
About 6 inches out of bounds.
Patridge caught it, but Cade Allen pushed him out of bounds, and the Bulldogs keep their 2-point lead. We'll take a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a Large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
All right, 10:57 to go here in the second quarter as we've only had 2 drives in about 13 minutes of football. Carmi an 8-minute drive. Flora able to drive the ball down the field and answer with a touchdown. So, and Chris, this game has kind of gone how we expected. Carmi taking their time, getting chunk plays, and Flora using the big plays, especially a 3rd and 15, a part of that drive and then that long touchdown pass.
Just 2 teams, polar opposite designs, do it different ways. Each way has its own success levels and its own benefits. It's just who can stop the other.
And again, want to apologize to those fans watching at home. We are having some internet issues. Please bear with us. As here's Cade Allen on the kickoff return, and Allen up the middle. He'll be twisted down at about the 37. So Bulldogs with decent field position here on their second drive. And we'll see what the Bulldog offense can do.
And like we talked about, the Bulldogs can't put themselves in 3rd and 15 positions. That last drive that Flora had on defense, the Bulldogs had them 3rd and 15. That's when you got to get a team off the field. Like Flora converting that 3rd and 15, they made this a really interesting game. So the Bulldogs just got to answer. But again, the benefit with them, they can do it their way. Eat up this clock.
Bulldogs will go back to the foot-to-foot double wing. With 1st down and 10, here's a give to Cade Stockton left side, and Stockton able to plow forward for about 3 yards up to the 41-yard line. And Chris, we're starting to see Flora really stacking the box and trying to congest things up front.
Yeah, originally they just had a 5-man front, keeping their linebackers about the 4 to 5 yard depth level, but I think they're realizing, okay, we're just going to have to stack that a little tighter because, you know, the Bulldogs aren't a real threat to throw the ball, so I think they're just starting to go ahead and bring the house.
They send Cade Allen out wide here on the near side. Anderson, they toss it, and on the right side to Pollard. Pollard trying to break away, but he can't, as that was Massey, Cormac Massey, who's been everywhere tonight for Flora, making the tackle, and it's 3rd down at about 6.
Yeah, Massey's had an outstanding game, both sides of the ball tonight. And that's getting Noah out on the perimeter. You know, it's normally his bread and butter play. A great play by Massey getting him down. And 3rd and 5. Again, this is about the maximum depth the Bulldogs can afford to be at as far as down and distance. So if we can get this within a yard, worst case scenario, I think you go for it.
So 3rd down, they're going to call it 5 on the scoreboard with the football at the 42-yard line. Carmine, they're foot to foot. Anderson under center. Fakes the toss, hands it off to Allen. Allen able to get past the first level, takes it up to the 45. He'll be short of a 1st down, and Flora came through and nearly took the handoff on that play. Anderson had to wait for Allen to come through, and the officials blowing this play dead. Thought there was an injury, but maybe talking about a play clock or game clock or
something. Yeah, Allen unfortunately coming off limping a little bit. Hopefully he's okay.
He has been dealing with a bit of a hip, lower back issue the last couple of weeks, and that's kind of what he's reaching at. So,
well, we're 4th and 2, and it looks like either we're going to do a hard count, I would say, see if we can draw them off sides, or
it's a long 2. That's a 3.
Expect a hard count.
4th and 3. Ball at the 45, and Kurt Simon calls timeout.
Yeah.
Didn't like what he saw. Bulldogs will rethink things. So we'll step aside for a 30-second break. When we come back, Bulldogs have it 4th and 2. Back at 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL. Bulldog Transport in Carmine. Driving the distance, delivering the difference. Commercial or residential. Anhydrous, propane and fuel. Rock, dirt, and lime. Parking lots and driveways. And farmers can depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. Remember, Roark Transport for your next job or your next haul. Fast and dependable. Your best move in transportation. Call Roark Transport at 618-265-3665. That's 265-3665. Simon called timeout right before the snap, and we'll see what they decide to do. I think they're going to go for it here, Chris.
I think so. I don't see any indication of a punt. If they do the hard count again and don't get them to jump, then they'd have to call another timeout. So I don't know if that's going to be the plan or not. They're in the tee.
4th and 2. Anderson under center, takes the snap, gives it off Pollard, near side. He's got the first down by plenty across midfield, and a first down.
And when all else fails, you go to what Kurt Simon's been calling for 28 years now, 24 crossbuck. Bulldogs get back in the tee, go off tackle, kind of throw a little wrinkle at the Wolves. They've been seeing that double wing tight. Go back to what you know best. Good to see that crossbuck when you need it.
Clock ticking under 9. Second quarter, Bulldogs lead 8-6. Anderson under center. Give it off to Stockton now left side. Stockton tries a juke to go back to the middle. Able to shrug off a couple of tacklers, and Cade Stockton able to turn his feet for an 8-yard gain on first down.
He got right behind his 320-pound left tackle. But I'm just going to tell you, folks, each season I always look for a kid that I can say, this kid is tough. He's your workhorse. He's your lunch bucket guy. That Cade Stockton is that guy.
So Stockton, who had about 3 white jerseys near him when he got that football in the backfield, able to pick up, they call it 7. So 2nd and 3 for Carmi at the 42-yard line. 8 minutes left to go here in this second quarter.
Or back in the double wing.
Anderson tosses it. Pollard turns
He's
upfield.
gone.
Noah Pollard breaks through and takes it all the way to the 21-yard line. I thought he was gone too, Chris, the way that one looked. But he's tackled at the 21. That's another first down.
Well, the safety for the Wolves just saved 6 points. I thought Pollard was off to the races. Gage Dugan, credit him for saving 6 points. But the Bulldogs just keeping the Wolves a little off balance. Went back to the double wing, the inside toss. Pollard, when he gets momentum, he is tough to bring down.
So 1st and 10 now for Carmi with the football at the 22-yard line.
That 4th and 3 conversion was huge.
They go to that stack eye. First time we've seen it tonight. And they give it off to Pollard again. And this time Pollard stood up and dropped. Number 67, Andrew Hartman, in there for the tackle.
Yeah, Hartman just absolutely busted through right up the gut, right over the nose area. And it's not always easy to bring Pollard down one-on-one, and Hartman met him. You know, if you're Carmi, again, now you take a little bit of a loss, but how important it was getting that 4th and 3 conversion. You know, again, the clock, the seconds are just ticking off. You just see how Carmi's never in a hurry. Back to the tee here.
Under center is Anderson. Stockton has it left side. Stockton will carry some defenders with him up to about the 18 or 19 with forward progress. It will make it 3rd down and about 5 here for Carmi.
Went back to the tee, went to the other side, 23 crossbuck. Looks like we have an official's timeout.
All right, and with that, we will take a timeout as well. We'll step aside for a 30-second break.
Hey Bulldog fans, it's Amanda Nelson with First Bank, a proud sponsor of Bulldog Sports and Carmi White County. Have you picked up your First Bank Bulldogs debit card? Get yours now, and every time you use it, First Bank will make a donation to Carmi White County Schools. Since 1893, First Bank has been committed to making great things happen for Carmi businesses, farmers, and families. Let's go Bulldogs.
Where great things happen, First Bank is there. Equal housing lender.
All right, so 6:45 to go here in the second quarter. Again, do want to remind fans trying to watch back at home, we apologize. The Wi-Fi here in the press box is down, so we are streaming tonight's game off of a cell phone hotspot. We are going to try to make some changes at halftime, so stay tuned, and we'll might have to make a new stream. Might have to switch over to that one. We'll find out, and we'll let you know as soon as we know. But as far as football is concerned, Bulldogs have it 3rd and 6 at the 18-yard line. Well, Chris, it's obviously 4-down territory here. We saw him convert 1 4th down, but this is a big 3rd down play because you got to give yourself a manageable 4th down.
And this might be a time, they haven't done it yet tonight, maybe this is a time for a play-action pass. Flora expecting run, this might be the time you throw it in. The danger with that, if you don't get it, then you're 4th and 6. So you can either roll a dice, go play-action pass, or just grind out 6 yards in 2 plays.
They go to the double wing. Anderson under center on 3rd and 6. They toss it to Cade Allen. Cade jukes, and he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go as Flora is starting to get penetration in the Bulldog backfield, and now you got 4th and about 7.
Now you're going to have to put it in the air. That's that counter they've been trying to run, and that counter takes a little time out of that formation to develop. And the Wolves are just starting, like you said, Cole, they're just starting to bring the house. And that when that play takes a while to develop and the timing's not good, that's what's going to happen. So thought they were running some linemen off the field.
Kurt Simon's going to have to burn a timeout. There was some confusion with the Bulldogs in terms of a lineup and who was out there. So they have to burn a timeout. So we'll go ahead and take one as well. We'll take a 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
I'm Nancy J. Winter, CPA. We believe in family values, even in the world of finance, because every financial decision impacts your family. For all the milestones in your life, our team is here to maximize your savings, minimize your taxes, and help you plan for a prosperous future.
Visit Nancy J. Winter, CPA in Carmine for tax planning, saving for college, retirement planning, and the expertise to help get you where you want to be. Learn more at nancyjwintercpa.com or call 382-23 CJ Winter CPA, like family.
As far as what the Bulldogs were doing, and Chris, we touched on this earlier in the broadcast where you don't want to put yourself in a 3rd and long, 4th and long situation because you simply just don't have many plays for that situation. And then here you are on a 4th down.
Yeah, and now they have no choice but to either put it in the air, or if they try to maybe go wide, put Allen wide, maybe run that toss play to the perimeter. But I think you're going to have to expect a pass in this situation.
Now they got some screen plays on their call sheet. I'm gonna put $5 on a screen play here.
That would be a good call.
Anderson. He is back to pass. He's looking. He's got a man open. They
is.
go screen
Back
play
side.
on the far side. This is Javen Egan with the football, and Egan near the 1st down marker. Depends on where they mark him. A flag comes in late, very late at the end of the play.
I don't know if they're going to call lineman downfield or.
So
sideline is signaling 1st down.
He got enough for the 1st down, so let's see what the penalty is.
Judging by the reaction of the Bulldogs,
they're going to wave it.
Oh, good.
They're going to pick up the flag, so it is going to be a 1st down. A First Bank 1st down on the tight end screen.
Yes.
How about Javen Egan with the 1st down?
You called it, Cole. That backside screen to the tight end. That rollout motion from Anderson. 2 receivers going into the flats on the right side. The tight end just slipped out there. Egan with a huge gain. I think what they might have been tempted to call was lineman downfield, but once they realized it was a screen pass, I think they picked it up.
So 1st down and 10 for Carmi at the 12-yard line. Anderson under center in the double wing. And Carmi moved.
Yep, that is definitely a false start.
Eli Bryant, just a bit of a stutter there, and I think it's the first time Carmi's had a dead ball penalty like that.
Yeah. I think we've had a hold tonight, and then
and really, Chris, it's week 1. Those are just things that happen. You have some mistakes like that. Obviously, you want to limit them, but
yeah, if you've gone through a half of football, first game of the year, and only had 2 penalties, you've really done pretty good. But you're right, Cole. It's just game 1 kind of kinks you got to work out.
1st and 15 now. Anderson tosses it to Noah Pollard, who's trying to turn up field. There's a Flora player on the hanging onto his jersey for dear life, and that's going to bring Noah down after getting about 2 yards.
The Bulldogs on this drive just 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. That penalties have been the big thing. Or that last penalty was, and looked like Pollard had a lot of room to the outside there. I know that's an inside toss, but I would love to see if we can go back to that outside toss play with with Allen to the wide side. See what we get on the perimeter. It looks like Allen is going to stack. Yeah, he's kind of on the hash, close to the hash.
They've got Kate Allen out wide on the right side. Anderson under center on 2nd down and 12.
There
they
it is.
fake the handoff, toss it near side to Pollard. He's trying to go to the outside, spins back to the middle, and he's brought down at about the 7-yard line. Able to pick up about 7 yards there to bring up 3rd and call it 5.
That was the play I was looking for. Spread them out a little bit, keep them honest. It's now called 3rd and 5. The Bulldogs can still get a first. But it's definitely going to be interesting. No hurry. Still got plenty of time. 15 seconds on the play clock. Let's see what we get here.
All right, so 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs at the 7-yard line. Anderson gives it off to Pollard again up the middle. He's hit. Wasn't able to move forward, and he's not going to have the first.
No.
He'll be 4th and short.
Might have got a yard. Stack eye just hasn't been there for the Bulldogs tonight. Last year was a really good formation for us. Tonight, so far this year, it just has not produced much. So 4th and 3.
4th and 3 at the 5-yard line. Bulldogs can get a first down without scoring here.
Back in the tee.
Anderson in a timeout as Kurt Simon calls his 3rd and final timeout. We'll take one with them. Back in 30 seconds on 97.3 WRUL.
Great teamwork is no accident.
David in the gang at Hill Body Shop. Salute the area athletes.
Just as in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop work together to make sure you get your car back as quickly as possible.
When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road.
Hale Body Shop in Carmine.
David and the gang are proud supporters of area athletes.
It looked like we were in the tee, and maybe we were going back to the old faithful, the crossbuck. Off tackle. Got us that last one. They got a feel on the floor. If they see us in tee, he's going to be expecting it, but let's see what we get.
4th down and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Power eye, Cole.
Anderson under center. He takes the snap, gives it off to Pollard, and he is wrapped up and tackled to the backfield. Flora able to make a 4th down stop.
Credit the Wolves.
Yep.
Just too much penetration on that left side. Flora just blitzing corners, linebackers. Bulldogs just did not pick it up. First time out of the power eye look tonight, trying to run an ISO there off the left side. The Wolves just snuffed it out. And that is a big-time deflator for the Bulldogs, because if you get that one in the end zone, you know, because this Wolves team is going to have the ball first to start the second half, so you want to get all the momentum you can. Now, this is a situation they're built for out of the spread, the 2 or 3 minute offense.
Helm actually going to go under center here on 1st down with the ball at about the 2 or the 5-yard line. They go with a fullback give, and there's not much there as Stone McGee as well as Josiah Perez in there on the tackle.
Kind of surprised by that play call. I thought they might be a little more aggressive here. I'm thinking they're just with the mindset, hey, we're deep in our own territory. Let's not do anything crazy. Get a pick or a fumble. And the Bulldogs, the big thing, you just can't let anyone behind you. Don't give them a big play here.
2nd down and 9 at the 6-yard line. Helm in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's back to pass. Going to scramble out to his left. He's got time. Lost it. Got a man open. And it's through the hands of Quentin Black. If he catches that on the run,
he's gone.
Yep.
Same play they scored on earlier in the game. It is just a conundrum. Him rolling to his left Okay, the corner over here is watching the quarterback rolling out. But behind him, that receiver, the slot receiver, 24, is getting out there in the flats every time, sneaking behind, and it's just a catch-22. Do I come up and honor the quarterback run, or do I stay at the receiver? Well, the minute he takes 2 steps forward, he's lobbing that ball over his head, and you're right, Cole. If they connect there, that's another 6 points.
So 3rd down and 9, ball at the 6-yard line. If you're Carmi, you're out of timeouts, but if you get a stop here, you might have a chance to score before the end of the half. Helm back to pass, rolls out to his left, throws downfield, caught for a Flora first down. Number 13, Jace Moore, able to make the catch. And, well, the near side official.
Yeah, he's pointing him forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just got enough for a first down up to the 15.
Again, that weak side of the defense. I think some of what's happening, Sullivan at his end position there, down tackles, taking an inside rush. And that's allowing, the Flora left tackle's doing a good job of sealing him, and that's allowing Helm to get outside, rolling to his left. I think we just, need to keep that edge a little stronger.
2 minutes left to
5
go,
yards.
and they get a false or a offsides penalty against the Bulldogs.
Yeah. And again, situations that as a defense, you've got to put you've got to put the hammer down on them. When you got them 3rd and long, you've got to stop them. You can't jump off sides. They're deep in their own territory. You can't feed them gifts and give them life. So under 2 minutes left, if you're Carmi, you just want to keep them out of the end zone.
So 1st and 5, ball at the 20. Helm in the shotgun. They go jet sweep here on the near side. Huddleston with it, and Cade Stockton able to read that and make the tackle out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Fantastic play by Stockton. He's been all over the field tonight. That jet sweep to the weak side. He snuffed that out quickly. Again, your linebackers in this 3-3 look, your outside linebackers are your de facto defensive ends. So Stockton at that what we call an outside linebacker position in that 3-3 look made a great play.
Helm back to pass here on 2nd down and 5. Helm steps up in the pocket. Helm's going to take off with it, running towards the sideline, and he's going to be able to get out of bounds. Man, that's one thing if you're Carmi. If you're going to let him take off, at least tackle him in bounds.
Yeah. Can't let him, number 1, get big gains like that, but 2, you got to keep him on the field. Of course, at this level of football, if he does get a first, it stops the clock anyway.
Yep.
But you're right, Cole. You got to keep him in bounds.
Well, and if if you're Carmi, and again, it's been the same thing for years. It's just so hard to prepare for a passing team. And
yes.
We saw it last year against Sesser.
Mm-hmm.
1st down at 10. Helm play action, back to pass. Aiken up the middle on a blitz. Helm rolling outside, and there's Kel Wiggins.
Wiggins, fantastic play.
With the sack, and Flora will call their first time out. Kurt Simon was pleading for a holding penalty, but instead Wiggins able to come up on the sack. Flora calls their first time out, and so we will take one with them. We'll step aside for a 30-second break right here on 97.3 WRUL.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, proud supporter of local athletes and your most trusted financial partner.
Setting the standard in banking excellence for more than 80 years.
Citizens has the latest financial tools and technologies to help you score big.
And a team you can rely on for personal attention and outstanding service.
Visit CNB online at cnbalbion.com or your local Crossville location and see what sets them apart.
No better banking with Citizens National Bank of Albion. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, 1:25 left to go here in the second quarter. Big sack by Cale Wiggins brings up a 2nd and 14 for the Wolves. Real quick, those of you trying to watch at home, we've had some internet issues throughout the night. We are going to try to fix things at halftime, and with that, we'll have to create a new stream. So once the first half comes to a close, just go back over to the WRUL Sports YouTube channel, and we'll bring up a new stream for the second half, and hopefully that fixes our internet problems. All right, so 2nd and 15 here for Helm. He's got lots of time, lofts it down the field, got a receiver there, incomplete. And I think Jazz Duckworth got away with a pass interference.
He definitely did. I was waiting for the flag, Cole. Duckworth did not turn around to look for the ball. Just did the classic back to the quarterback and ran into the receiver. I was waiting for it.
Keelan Crawford was wide open.
Yeah, a little more lenient in high school with pass interference week 1 than they would be at the college or pro level, but yeah. And I'm telling you, Parker Helm has been impressive tonight. Oh,
3rd and 14. We got a flag down with a bad snap and a throw out to the right side. Caught by Patridge, puts on a juke and goes down the far sideline. Patridge is going to go. We'll check the penalty flag, but for the moment, it's a 74-yard touchdown by Garrett Patridge. Let's check the flag.
If it was a false start, they would have blown it dead. Well, let's see, though. Yeah, immediately, if it's false start, they immediately blow the play dead, so we got to see what we got here.
Coaches are waving the team, and the teams are walking back towards the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, obviously they never signal touchdown, so it's...
It was a heck of a play by Patridge. He put a juke on that far sideline and went off to the races.
Yeah, if it's a pre-snap whistle on the offense, 99% of the time it's got to be a false start, but let's see. This is kind of interesting. I wonder what they're calling.
It was a fumbled snap, and flag came out. There was a lot going on, and
I mean, the center snapped it before most of the line. Yeah, it is a false start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you normally
call it. You blow the play.
Avoid injury. If the play's not going to matter.
Right.
If the Bulldogs were to pick that pass off, they could decline the penalty. But 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10, they blow that play dead before it starts.
Yeah. And very fortunate break again for the Bulldogs. So.
All right, so now it's 3rd and I'll say 20 here for Flora with the football back at the 20. Helm in the shotgun, back to pass. Bulldogs bring the blitz. He steps up, and he can't get away from Cade Stockton and Javen Egan, who bring him down at the 24. Bulldogs are out of timeouts, and they're going to be okay with letting this go to halftime. Flora will have to snap this football with about a 10-second difference between the play clock and the game clock.
Well, great job there. Initial pressure brought by number 66. Don't have our roster in front of me, Cole, but he got the initial pressure. And then they
for Carmi, I'm sorry, Josiah Perez.
Perez, thank you. Then we finished the play up, but I think it's obvious the Bulldogs are going to have to pressure Helm. They can't let him sit back there and pick them apart. So I think that's going to be the new game plan going forward. Great stop there on 3rd down.
Flora,
they're going to let this run
they're
out.
Call a timeout, or that, or take the penalty, either one, and they will call a timeout with 12 seconds left. We'll keep it here. We'll keep it here with 12 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And so again, for you fans watching at home, we are going to end this stream once it gets to halftime, and we're going to create a new one, try to change some settings, and hopefully bring you a better quality broadcast. We do apologize. I know some of the administration here at the high school were talking to me this week. The Wi-Fi just isn't working. I told them, well, you got 3 weeks to our next home game to hopefully get that fixed. So, again, we apologize. But I think we are sounding pretty good over on the radio side. Scott Mary hasn't had any complaints about us, so we do appreciate him back at the studio, and then Landon Elliott and lovely Whitney Carter with us up here in the press box.
Looking at things so far tonight, Cole, I think it's, the ironic thing is both teams have kind of shot themselves in the foot at bad times. Flora on that drive with that penalty cost himself a touchdown. The Bulldogs with the penalty deep in they were driving deep in their territory, get a hold. So, it's the second half. There's some things both teams got to clean up.
Helm with a short punt. That's going to go out of bounds. Hits the track.
That's what we call a shank.
Now, I think that spot's a little bit generous. They're going to walk it to the 45.
He hit it where it landed on the track after it had already gone out of bounds.
Now, I know you don't have any timeouts, but with the ball at the 44, I'll take a knee.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you got one quick sideline out and then throw it in the end zone, I don't know if we had to throw it in the end zone.
I'm not sure if Anderson can get it in the end zone from 45 out.
No, I think we're just taking a knee
I'm not sure if I could either. My shoulder's loose enough.
No, I couldn't have when I was 18 years old. So,
so they're going to have a little bit of a different group out there. Pollard on the sideline.
Yeah.
I think they might just kneel this one out.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're in the double wing. Anderson will toss it. This is Jazz Duckworth looking to turn upfield. Duckworth splits a couple of defenders and is brought down at the 37, and that will end this first half. Carmi White County leads Flora 8-6. So over on the radio side, we're going to step aside for about a 4-minute break. Over on the YouTube side, we're going to end this stream and try to fix things for a new stream. So hang tight for a few minutes and then check back on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel for the second half stream. Again, we apologize for those issues. So we'll take a break right here on 97.3 WRUL.